This business is like the Wild West. Gold, silver, rare coins, ancient weapons, lost treasures of history. You never know what's gonna walk through that door, but if the price is right, I always try and buy it. I'm Evan Kale, and this is Pawn Man.
Which ring did you just test? Are those rubies?
These are lab made.
They're lab
I
made?
can tell, yeah. The hue is very dull.
Mm-hmm. But it's a lab made ruby, correct?
Yeah, but I mean a lab made gemstones.
Okay.
Crap.
No, I know. That's
really for gemstones.
I'm a Cancer, so that's a whole.
It's got to be a large gemstone for me to get excited about it. Do you know anything about this piece?
No.
You don't? Okay.
I would lie if I said I did.
What I'm gonna do, this is right here on the side. I'm gonna just file away the surface. Now I'm gonna take this acid.
Don't get it on your
Very carefully. I'm gonna just bubble a little bit on. Yeah, that's probably good. Okay, let's see what I can pay you. Okay, I can probably get you $500 for all this stuff.
I'm gonna let it add up to a little more.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna come back.
Okay.
Because I thought it was gonna be a smidgen over that.
What were you hoping for?
Like 8, I guess.
800, yeah, 800 is about what best case scenario I'm gonna be getting out of it.
Yeah.
I think I will give you advice. I do think gold is gonna go up.
Okay.
It could go down. If it does go up, the amount I'll pay you obviously will be more. I don't know what's gonna happen. I get people coming in here all the time.
Okay.
And they want to know what the price is gonna be tomorrow. I don't know.
Well, I may have some other items I can add to that and come back.
Do you have any coins?
Yeah.
Okay. Coins are my bread and butter. So here's what happened with that. I didn't come up because I was not 100% confident that bracelet she had was real. She came right in through my side door. Everybody who does that, there's something wrong with them because they have a big sign that says don't use this door, use the other door. The only reason I have it unlocked right now is because the mailman hasn't come yet because I usually keep it locked. Historically, everybody who comes through that door is either aggressive or is on something, and I think she might have been, I don't know. I got like a grifty kind of vibe from her right away. I was very hesitant to start, throwing out a bunch of money. I'm kind of low on money right now, so I got to be really careful. The bracelet that she had, I'm 80% sure it was good. It felt kind of funny. I filed into it. I didn't see any green bubbling. I didn't go that deep into it because I didn't want to ruin it. That was the bulk of the money, was that one item that I was not 100% confident on. So I did not want to buy it and take a risk for that reason. Potentially, if I could have done that deal, that would have been a $300 or $400 profit, but she wanted $800. That's probably about what I would have gotten out of it all. So we'll see if she comes back. Got some new stuff coming in. I'm trying to get the flashiest stuff for my showcases, and these coins are so cool. And like, this is stuff, if I have to sit on it for a while, I don't mind as much. It doesn't cost a ton of money, and it looks so good on my showcase. I know I keep saying that, but I just love this series and what they're doing here. So this right now, this is my most expensive coin. This is a Mewtwo from 2002. It's colorized, it's from the Isle of New, NGC graded MS69. I don't wanna say what I paid on it, but this is a $600 coin. This is actually cheaper than what you'll find on eBay. They're $700 on eBay. And MS70 would be like $1,000. I didn't see any examples online. So this is the first Pokemon coin I've obtained, and then I've been doing really well in the Star Wars stuff, and then I saw these and I drooled on these. I won these in eBay auctions. And conveniently, they ended very late at night, so the bidding wasn't terribly high. So this is a Sith Trooper Proof 70 antiquated. Really, really good looking piece here. This is the Executioner Trooper, and this is the Knights of Ren. They only made 2,000 of each of these, so I got these listed. I'm doing Instagram 260, my Discord gets 250. We'll see how long it takes to sell these. This one I suspect won't sell for a while because this is expensive. But again, don't mind. I really like it. Wouldn't mind keeping it either. Just as I thought, I sold this thing real quick. I made a quick 80 bucks on this. I'm a little sad. This one was my favorite. I kind of wanted to keep it, but hey, good profit. I'm so happy. We finally sold this goddamn Nazi dagger. I got 850 bucks on it. trying to sell these two. If I can get a like price as I did with this venture will actually be profitable. But my God, I have been sitting on these things for like 4 months. They've been taking up so much money. I mean, they're like, I don't want to say they're cool. That's not the right word, but items of history that are in excellent condition is all I will say. So it's not like it was something that like I hated having it here because, you know, it's a piece of history. But my God, it was eating up so much money. So I'm so glad to finally get this one moving, and now I got a couple of people interested in these. I did get an offer on all three, but I didn't see it in time. Somebody made an offer on this and I took it.
I'm having a day. So when I was an Uber driver, there was this weird thing where passengers would get in my car and they would do something quirky or something that like I hadn't really seen amongst people. And I'd note it with like the first passenger of the day, but then every passenger getting in afterwards would not only mimic the person before them's behavior, but like one-up it. And it was to the point, I would start to think sometimes that I was the butt end of some kind of an elaborate prank, because people would like do the same shit and the next passenger would do something even more ridiculous than the first one, like building on top of the first one. And it would continue all the way through the day. And then the next day, you know, like wouldn't happen. But like you would get these days where there's people doing certain things. And today is a day where people are being fucking jerks to me on the internet. And like people are like never rude to me, but I have had a couple people be really rude to me online, and just now, I basically just canceled a sale with someone because they were such a jackass, and I actually can't believe this. Get a load of this. So I sold the one dagger, and I got these two left, and there's actually, for whatever reason, there's like quite a bit of interest on it today, and I've had these for months, and like no one's asked about them for months, but for whatever reason, I'm getting a ton of hits on them today. So I had somebody was willing to buy these for $1,500, $1,550 was what I said. And we were ready to do a deal, but they're being difficult about the payment. They like didn't have Venmo and they didn't have anything, and they were getting like really frustrated with me for not being reasonable about payment options when it's like, holy shit, I take just about anything. Like you're the one being difficult here. So the guy finally says, well, I have a credit card. Surely you take credit cards. We're going back and forth in email. I said, yeah, I can take a credit card, but I'm using Square. Square charges a 3.65% fee on a $1,550 transaction. That's $56. I'm not going to eat that. You know, I'm like breaking even or making a little bit, but I've had these fucking daggers for months and months and they've taken up my money. I gotta make something on them. I need to. Also, when I say that there's a Square fee, people never ever bat an eye. I did a $10,000 gold sale. The guy used a credit card, he paid the fee. You know, hundreds and hundreds of dollars because it was convenient. Nobody ever gets mad at me for the Square fees. So this guy that I'm like about to do the sale with just gets super, he sends me this fucking super rude email being like, what the fuck, man? I'm not paying your fucking $56 fee. That's fucking ridiculous. We agreed on this price. And it's like, it's not my fee. It's Square's fee. You want to pay with a credit card. Most businesses like this have a credit card fee. It's definitely not unreasonable. And again, it's not my fee. So I just simply sent him back an email that said, well, I'm sorry, we couldn't make a deal. That was it. And he sends me back, this is like unhinged. And before, you know, as I was like about to enter into the sale with this guy, I'm thinking, this guy's gonna be a problem. He's gonna get the daggers and he's gonna throw a hissy fit and wanna do a return or do some other bullshit or pull some shit or write a terrible review or do something. This guy just seems like the type of asshole. And sure enough, like with this email he sent me back, it's just, look at this, this is ridiculous. So he writes, okay, I'm in. I'm not giving them my bank account info as I'm loaded. I'm not paying 3% fee, just like you're not. I accepted you $1,550, haggled for $1,500, Then said nope. I'll pay what he wants. Now it's another $60. Would you do it? Lose this transaction for $60. Well, I'll guess you have them for a few weeks, months. Google my street address. Check out my in-ground pool. And no, it's not street the trailer park. Later, wow, 3 hours equals time wasted. What? A grown man sat down and cognizantly wrote that as a response. Like, that's his MO. What a psycho. At least it's all golden content. You know, I keep saying this, when crazy shit happens here, at least I can run with it and be entertaining about it. But like, God, you can't make this shit up. All right, we have ourselves some stuff today, don't we?
Yes, sir.
You brought a 12-volt heater fan. It's a Rolodex, an empty box. There we go, you actually brought something kind of interesting. You brought a Carpenter by Francis Hook. It's like a decorative plate. This is the only thing I'm interested in. Boy, too bad you don't have the original painting. The original painting that this is based on is a couple $100. The plate though, yeah, I'd be at $10 on the plate. So,
And then this stuff, I just plain don't want this stuff.
You give me a few bucks for it, sir?
I can't just hand you money. Like,
No.
I'm running a business. It's not, I'm so amused by it, but goddamn, I just can't do that.
Sir, what do you
If I started doing that with everyone, word would get out that I'm just a free handout
I'm
service.
special. I'm special.
You are very special. Perhaps in a different way than you imagine.
You take it.
I will give you $13 for this. That's me coming up a few bucks. That is all I want to be in for this.
That's
Dan,
fine.
I've got such a pile of stuff building up in my basement
Yeah.
that it's amusing. But goddamn, I haven't got my money back on it yet.
Oh, you
And
will. You will, dude. You will.
I don't know if
You're
I will.
smart. You're smart.
I'm very
See?
smart. In fact, well, I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut. But okay, so we're gonna be at $13 for this plate,
That's
and
nice,
that's me being generous. Okay, he'll write you up and give you cash.
So you wouldn't give me $5 for this stuff here, would you?
I would not give you $5 for that stuff.
Help me out.
I will give you, only because I want to get rid of them, I have dollar coins. They're worth $1. They're coins. They have the presidents on them. I would give you $1 for all the stuff.
That's fine.
Okay. You want to grab one of those dollar coins too?
Okay, see you guys again.
Alrighty, we'll see you. Thank you. It's just so annoying, and I keep telling him, don't bring me hardware. I don't fucking want hardware, and he keeps bringing me shit like this. What are we... For fucking defrosting a car, where do you even get this shit? Jesus Christ. And now we're gonna talk about something that I almost never talk about. Sports. So my employee brought me this. He wants to sell it. This is a very collectible game because there is a big controversial history behind it. Now, unfortunately, he's missing the original packaging. It is just the game, but this is NCAA Football 2014, and they stopped making this due to a lawsuit over player likeness. So the NCAA made the likeness of amateur players, but they never compensated the players since college athletes can't be paid. And though this game is 9 years old, it is still being played and updated today. And because of the lawsuit, the NCAA now allows players to profit from their likeness. But like what happened was a player from the 80s saw that he was in like a vintage version of the game. Was like, what the hell? I didn't get paid. So he sued, and it kind of brought the whole game to a halt, and it caused a lot of controversy. So apparently just recently on February 1st, 2021, EA Sports announced that the series NCAA Football would return under the name EA Sports College Football. They announced that they formed a partnership with the Collegiate Licensing Company, an NCAA licensing group, to bring uniforms, stadiums, traditions, and more than over 100 NCAA affiliated sports teams. And players' names and likeliness will not be included in the game. It's not quite the same thing, but when I was an Uber driver, I once drove a person who used to be a college basketball player, and like he went off to the European League because he wasn't quite good enough to get into the NBA. But I mean, he just described horror stories of how he was treated, you know, the regimen that he had to do, basically throwing away his college education to play a game that he would ultimately never, I mean, he played in Europe, and like he just described how he just got chewed up and spit out, and I never forgot that. But this is interesting though. This is the kind of thing that could come in like a big deal, and I wouldn't even know it, and then I would look it up later. In this case, it was brought to my attention. But we'll see what this goes for. I'm gonna make a TikTok about it. So I got some checks here from the 1800s, 1878, 1879, 1867, 1874, and believe it or not, these are collectible. It might seem kind of silly, but these are, I paid 10 bucks each on them. I'm gonna try and get 30. You'll notice that they have these postal stamps here. This is something they used to do for checks that they don't do anymore. So what I'm gonna do, I'm looking at these amounts, 60, this one's for 40, 20, and then this one's for 26.93. I'm gonna adjust these for inflation. So I have a inflation calculator in front of me here. So 26.93, 507.31 today. So 26.93, 507.31 in 2022. $20, 1874, 489.13 in 2022. $40, 1879, $1,115.21 in 2022. $60 in 1878, $1,672.81. Which is why you buy gold and silver, because they hold their value over time. So yeah, you have boomer shit. I'm sorry. You didn't hear that word.
You're good.
Got a couple of kids here. I call it boomer S word. It's stuff that only
Yeah.
boomers buy. It's
Right.
collectible crap that you see late at
Right.
night on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
I do pretty well on it on eBay.
Cool.
And some of these sets have some silver in them,
Right.
so I'll part out what's clad and what's silver. So much boomer.
President.
Yes.
Okay. So
Wait,
we're at
what's the
500 so far. Is that
What,
all you
precious
got?
metal?
That's a good start.
Awesome. Let me cash.
I love it.
It's like boomer shit round 2 with this guy. Got more stuff coming in. Most of it's crap, but there's some decent stuff here. You know, something like this Canada silver butterfly. This might be a $30 item. Most of this I'm gonna just do in like a big lot to blow it out, but there are a couple good sets in here. There's some Vatican sets in here. These Vatican sets are like, these go for 60 to 80 bucks online. They're hard to sell. They don't sell quick, but these 3 pieces together, I might do this whole set at like 100 bucks. It's all gravy. Every now and again, I get an item that I wish I hadn't sold it. I should have just tucked it away. I paid on this thing 50 bucks. It's a Confederate $50 bill. It is in very good shape. One of my followers sold it to me. He actually, I can't believe he sold it to me at this good of a rate. And I really wish I had kept this because it is in such good shape. I probably should have sent it in for grading. But unfortunately, I got an offer for $145. And you know, I paid 50, but I'm making 100 bucks. So selling it, but just looking at this thing about to package it up, I wish I'd kept this, I really do. All right, guys, for this informative segment, because it is Valentine's Day, we are talking all about diamonds, the history of engagements, and why diamonds are a scam. Believe it or not, you guys, engagements date back to ancient Egypt. They used to use plant-based rings. And then later on in ancient Rome, metals became the norm. What it used to be, it would be inscribed with some kind of a poem or something personal on the inside of the band. But where diamonds enter the picture is in the year 1477. Archduke Maximilian of Austria gave Mary of Burgundy the first diamond engagement ring. Now, engagement rings do have a rich history, pun intended,
Please clap.
of being used by nobles and being used with gemstones, precious metals, things that were very shiny, a big deal, kind of like how we do it today. But before the popularization of gemstones for engagement rings, there were these rings that were known as posy rings, and these were the rings that had the engravings on the inside of them, made of a precious metal, gold, silver, something like that. Again, started at ancient Rome. Another ring, if I'm saying it right, is a claddagh ring, which originates from Ireland. It's like 2 little hands holding a heart. But it wasn't until the early 1900s that diamonds entered the picture and became what everyone uses now as engagement rings, and we can thank one company for that. DeBeers! Arguably one of the bloodiest, worst, most awful, terrible companies in human history. And capitalism, as we know it, is an evil thing. Though beautiful, evil. Diamonds have been around for a long time, and they used to be very scarce. There were not many diamond mines that were known, and they were reserved for the ultra-rich. However, thanks to colonialism taking over Africa, a lot of diamond mines were discovered, particularly in South Africa. Now, there's a gentleman who I would love to talk a lot about because he is one of the worst people, maybe in human history, certainly in the top 1,000. Cecil Rhodes, the guy who started DeBeers. He entered the diamond trade when he was 18. Now, listen to the Behind the Bastards about him. I don't even want to go near all the shit that he did and what a terrible, terrible, terrible human being he was, but he basically built up the diamond market to what it is today. His diamond mines were manned by conscripted labor and forced labor, slaves. And it's estimated that over 3.7 million people worldwide have died thanks to the diamond trade. It's probably a lot higher. What Cecil Rhodes did, he consolidated the diamond market with DeBeers. He made DeBeers #1, and he made it so that it was kind of a monopoly. He also realized that if it gets out around the globe, the diamonds are actually not that rare, that they're abundant in South Africa and can be mined en masse, is going to collapse the price of diamonds. So what does he do? He restricts the supply. He controls and consolidates all the diamond mines, and as a result of turning off the faucet of diamonds, of course, the price goes up. He's artificially manipulating the price. And basically, this was De Beers' MO. It was the reason why they existed, was to control the diamond supply market of the world and make themselves the #1 in power, just controlling the monopoly, sitting on top of the whole thing. And really, it was quite successful. Other gemstones swing in price. Diamonds, for a while anyway, he was able to just make the price climb and climb and climb. And in 1938, De Beers gets some really good ideas. It's kind of the first advent of social media marketing, in that they realize that America is recovering from the Depression, people have money again, and they want to push these diamonds on the masses now. They want to marry engagements with diamonds, pun intended again. That's like not even a good pun. Their goal was to convince men that a diamond was what you give your gal. You don't give her anything but. And the size of the diamond is directly proportionate to how much you love her. So if it's a tiny diamond, you could give 2 fucks. If it's a big diamond that you mortgage your house over, well, there you go, now you love her. They gave diamonds to celebrities to wear in public. This is, like I said, kind of the first social media marketing. They're putting them on the rings of people that are well known so that, people, oh wow, what's that? A diamond. Oh, you have a diamond. You, rich famous person, have a diamond. Now that's a status symbol of the rich and famous. Another thing that they were doing, and I can't believe they got away with doing this, they were sending their workers, like their representatives, into high schools to talk to kids about investing in diamonds and why diamonds were a great investment and why you should put your money in diamond. Like, they were actually allowed to do this in the mid 1900s. I can't believe that any school would allow this. The most successful thing that DeBeers did was created the slogan that I'm sure you know, "Diamond is forever." They're the ones behind that. And obviously, we still know that slogan today. It's probably one of the most effective marketing slogans in the history of marketing, if not the most effective. In fact, if you go to www.adiamondisforever.com, it just redirects you to DeBeers' website. So fast forward today, decades and decades after they started with all this marketing, diamonds are what people used to get engaged. You're getting engaged. Oh, what kind of a diamond did you get? Do you know somebody who owns a diamond? Do you own a diamond? I would bet money that within 1 degree of separation, you probably know somebody who does. So where this is going, obviously DeBeers creates this incredibly successful marketing campaign. Diamonds throughout the 1900s just explode in price and popularity. They become solidified as a wealth statement, a fashion statement, a love statement. You don't get engaged without a diamond. But obviously there was a lot behind the scenes that was going on. Like I said, Cecil Rhodes, the guy who founded DeBeers, and again, I'm just not gonna go near it as much as I would like to, was a monster, capital M, monster. And what he did with DeBeers, I mean, he, through blood and terror, solidified its reign. This is not a good company. So in 2000, it was getting out, like, y'all ever seen the movie Blood Diamond? That shit was getting out. The diamonds, the diamond supply, the diamond market, the mining behind it is involved in some of the most horrific aspects of humanity. Civil wars, the slave trade, terrorism, drugs, you name it. And I'm not saying that DeBeers is directly funding this. They're just making this ecosystem of horror possible. Without them, Civil wars in Africa would be nowhere near as bad as they are. So in 2000, DeBeers announces, because they're getting a little bit dirty and mixed up with all these terrible civil wars and just their PR is getting dragged through the mud, they announce that they are going to stop restricting the supply of diamonds that they have and that they're not going to buy anything related to conflict diamonds. Now that's, in my opinion, I can't actually say this as a fact, in my opinion, that's bullshit. Both of those are bullshit. They would later prove that the hoarding, that they were going to stop hoarding was bullshit too. They stopped hoarding for like 10 years. In 1999, their diamond hoard was valued at $5.2 billion. They announced that they would cut the supply in half and release some back into the market. They did this for like 10 years, and then 10 years later, when everyone forgot about it, they started hoarding diamonds again. Which to me seems like they didn't do a goddamn thing to make sure they weren't buying conflict diamonds. They probably just said that. And keyword is probably, I'm speculating, lawyers at DeBeers, just speculating. And if you're a lawyer who works for DeBeers, what's hell like? Is my grandma there? Because I bet you go there all the time. So that is the history of engagements and diamonds. Now let's talk a little bit just about diamonds themselves, because as you guys know, if you watch the show, when I see somebody walking in here with a diamond, I cringe, because 95% of the time they bought it brand new at a jewelry store and they got fist fucked, like gaping asshole fist fucked on the price. It is really astounding what jewelry stores will charge and what the return price is or what the sale price is if the wedding doesn't work out, if the marriage falls apart or whatever. Wholesale, a 1 carat diamond, about $500, wholesale. Now, I'm not good with diamonds. It is my weakest area, and I'm not going to invest a whole lot more time learning about it because I'm good enough where I can make an educated guess, and 95% of the time I'm right. I just use that ballpark in my head. Wholesale on a carat, about $500. If it's a good stone, about $1,000. I recently acquired a 1/2 carat. I did sell it. I was trying to keep it for this episode, but I got a good offer on it. It was a ring with papers for $5,000. I offered $300. And I got it, and I got $500 on it. You're going to lose 90% of your money on an engagement ring. And this is why there's no need for it. If you think I don't love her, if I don't get the stone, if I don't put all the money into it, all you've done is bought into what DeBeers sold you, what DeBeers sold the public decades ago. And if she's not gonna marry you because the ring is small, red flags. So when you walk into a jewelry store and you buy a diamond, when you walk out of that store, it's worse than buying a brand new car. You lose about half of your money just walking out the door. That's it. It's that bad. The markup is that high. Now, where it does get interesting and potentially where it's an investment, there are some rare diamond examples that are out there that are natural Those are expensive. Red diamonds. I think there's only like 50 known. $1 million a carat. Recently, there was a diamond, a black diamond that came from space. It was in a comet. That went for millions of dollars. I mean, it was a big diamond, but millions and millions of dollars. Interestingly, and this is something I talk about a lot on TikTok, space mining is a problem for diamonds. There's a lot of fucking diamonds in space. They're already abundant here on Earth. The only reason that they're expensive, like I've talked about, is because of DeBeers and its artificial control over the diamond market. Now, what happens if space mining becomes commonplace? They're so abundant in space that it's like, it actually makes the whole thing kind of silly. Space mining is 100 years off, don't get me wrong, but it is something that is going to be a threat to the diamond supply for sure. Frankly, the wars in Africa are so horrific, I'm surprised it didn't sicken the public enough to just like kind of do away with diamonds. I think it happened maybe 2 decades too early. If all the horror of the diamond market came out today and it was not known to the public, I think you'd see a lot more backlash. Would they disappear forever? Probably not. Capitalism is a damn powerful thing. Many more commonly known stones are going to be better investments than diamonds. For example, emeralds, Burmese rubies, sapphires. These are things I'm not very good with gemstones, but you are not going to get screwed on the price like you are on a diamond. Like, the diamonds are just actually designed to rip people off. Simple as that. I'll tell you guys, my friend David, one of my really good friends, he designed the Pawn Man logo. He does my book covers. He got married 5-6 years ago. I was a groomsman in his wedding. He did it right. He's the only person I've seen to do it right, at least in terms of him. I don't know what he got his wife, if he got her a diamond or not. He probably did. But for him, he bought a dinosaur bone. He had a ring made out of dinosaur bone. That to me is way more romantic, and it had to have been cheaper than doing a precious metal band or like something with diamonds or something like that. So you guys, watching this is your takeaway. If you're thinking about getting married or getting engaged, think of alternative rings. There is no reason in the world that you should buy a diamond. You are going to get raped on the price. If you want to buy a diamond, buy it used. Don't ask me. I've had a number, and I flattered you guys. I've had a number of you tell me you're getting engaged or married and you want me to pick out the ring for you. I don't do that. It's just, that's too much monkey business. That's too much work. I buy, sell. Whatever's in front of me, I sell it, I flip it. I don't go out and cater to people for jewelry. It's too much on top. I don't do it. And the final thing I want to end this with, because it is Valentine's Day, fuck Valentine's Day. The whole thing is just like diamonds. It's made up by a company. It's a bunch of hoogie-joogie what? It's a bunch of bullshit, is what it is. It was literally created by Hallmark. I have never liked Valentine's Day. I used to feel bad. I basically just used to beat myself up on Valentine's Day because I would always be alone. And then, I don't know, when I was like 20, I realized, wait a minute. This is dumb. I'm feeding into this corporate bullshit by feeling bad about myself and thinking, oh, I wish I had someone. I wish I had somebody to take out to a restaurant and buy a card for. And fuck this. This is stupid. So, don't feel, again, if you're alone, don't feel bad on Valentine's Day. It's stupid. Don't waste your money on a diamond. It's so stupid. And just like that, it is the end of the day and the end of the episode. If you guys like this video, be sure you give it a thumbs up. Hit the notification button so you know when new episodes of Pawn Man are coming out. Follow me on social media at Evan Kale, at Pawn Man. Get my books, they're on Amazon. Just type in Evan Kale and they'll all come up. Become a Pawn Man Patreon. Every dollar I get goes toward improving this show. I need all the help I can get, you guys. Spread the gospel of Pawn Man. Go on Facebook, tell people to watch my videos. And I will see you guys back here for another episode of Pawn Man. Later, guys.